One of the best jobs you guys can have is doing a sales job. Now, selling anything is a really important skill to get your point across. And sales won't just help you in business, but it'll help you with friends, it'll help you in a relationship, it will help you in life in general. Now, sales is one of the most important skills you can have. If you enjoy my channel, by the way, make sure to subscribe and like. I'm almost at 2K. I really appreciate you guys. No, but when you need to sell something, you sell the need, don't sell the product. For example, if there's two fishermen and the first fisherman says, I've got really nice fish, I got them from the ocean, they're really good quality. And the second fisherman takes your blood and says, oh, you're low in omega-3, you need the fish. You need fish because you're low in omega-3. You're going to buy the fish from him because you need the fish. It's all about making the person need the product instead of making the person want the product. Does that make sense? So in sales, for example, another example I could give you is, for example, let's say two people are selling coffee. The first coffee shop says, we got the cocoa beans from Colombia, we got the cocoa beans are really good quality, we have really good pricing. And the second coffee shop says, hey, are you guys tired? You need a morning wake up. Now you're going to walk into that shop. Yeah, I do need a morning wake up. Yeah, I am a bit tired. I'm a bit sleepy. Yeah, I need that morning wake up. Cool. You're going to walk in there because you need the morning wake up. You need this to start your day. You need to have Wi-Fi to get your work done. Now you have a need to go into the coffee shop. Do you understand? It's the same with sales. It's the same with business. It's the same with friendships. It's the same with everything. If you have someone need you for something, it makes people want to be around you more than just having oh, do you want this item? It's the same. Like if you actually watch a movie called The Wolf of Wall Street, they have an example with a pen, which is a really good example of why do you need my pen? Instead of saying, the pen is good quality, the pen is really sturdy, the pen has lots of ink, you could say, hey, you want to write a book? Oh, okay, here, open the book. Okay, where's your pen? See, now you need the pen. Where's your pen? Instead of saying, buy my pen. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If you make someone have the need for your product, it will make you be better in sales, which can make you better in life. Now, I've actually worked in sales jobs. I've actually even done door-to-door sales where we had to sell bay porch windows, which are actually hard to sell because everyone has windows in their house. But bay porch windows are like windows that are insulated, so they're a bit more warmer. And especially living in the UK, they're a bit more warmer. So yeah, so when I used to live in the UK, it was actually a lot harder to sell those. So what we used to do, we used to make tactics. Well, you need these because, it's going to become winter and, your windows can crack. And we actually used to show them photos of people whose windows have cracked from the amount of snow and the ice cold conditions. By showing them photos of windows that are cracked, now they need to get the bay porch windows. Do you understand? Instead of saying, oh, those are really durable, they're really good, the high quality, people just close the door in your face and say, oh, I've got windows, I don't care. But when you make them need it, like, oh, there's actually not very insulated. You're actually losing a lot of heat in your housing in the winter. Did you know that? You actually need our windows. You've got to make people need the product. Don't sell the product, sell the need for the product. It's the same when you look at all these like healthy drinks and all these things. They always say, oh, they got vitamins and, antioxidants and, all these things to make it seem like, oh, well, I need this to be healthy. I need this detox drink, even though your body detoxes by itself. People's body detoxes by itself. Your liver and kidneys do that. But people always have these detox drinks. I see them in the shops. Detox. You need this product because it's going to help your system. You know what I'm trying to say? They're making a need for it. You need the sport car because it's really fast and it's really cool. Instead of saying, oh, well, our sports car was designed in Italy and, it has really nice interior and, it's really cool and comfortable. No, they make a need. You need a sports car. You want to get to A to B in under 60 miles per hour, 120 miles per hour. They sell the need. They sell the need for their product. Like, why do you need this product? Instead of selling the actual product itself. Does that make sense? For example, let's say you're going to go to a party. Cool, you're going to go to a party and you want to have a fun time. And you call up some people to get the green. The first guy says, oh yeah, it's a fresh batch. I just grew it. Yeah, I planted it myself, whatever. The second guy says, hey, you trying to have a good time at a party? Let me know. Here's my number. What you want to buy? That's how you sell the product on any product, because the second person is saying, you want to have a good time at the party. As in, you need to have his substance to have a good time at the party and get everyone at the party turned up. The first guy is just telling you about how good the product is. Does this make sense? Like, I think if you actually kind of understand the concept of what I'm saying, it can actually help you a lot. I've actually got another video on my channel about how to speak properly and actually how to speak clearly. Like, as you've noticed in my videos, I don't say but, maybe, I think so. You got to be clear, precise, and accurate. When you're clear, precise, and accurate with your point, you can actually sell any product to anybody. And this is what I say with sales, is that if you get into a sales job, you actually learn the skill on a day-to-day basis. When I was 15, 14, I wasn't too good at it, but as I perfected it, the way I speak and my vocabulary, my grammar, I actually was able to precisely say what I want to say and actually do the videos in one take. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when I speak in the camera and actually speak on the microphone, I do it in one take. So that's what I'm trying to say, that, you know, getting into a sales job, selling the actual need for the product is better than selling the product itself. And this can work on anything from protein shakes, even protein shakes. If you've never seen in protein shakes, they say, oh, you need protein to build muscle. You need protein to build muscle. They've actually said, a lot of them say you need protein in order to build muscle. They don't say, oh, our protein is the best sourced protein. It's from, you know, cows on a farm, and we get the protein naturally sourced cows who eat grass. And they don't talk about that. They don't talk about where they get the protein from, what type of protein it is. They just say, oh, you need protein because you want to get bigger muscles. You need the sports car because you need to get somewhere fast. You need to have this coffee because you're tired in the morning. You know, by doing the need is what makes people want the product more. And it can even work in relationships. At the end of the day, if you meet a girl on a date and you say, oh, you want to get married? Oh, okay. You want to have a husband? Oh, okay. Are you looking to have children? When you say these kind of conversations, then you think, oh yeah, I do want to have children in the future. Oh yeah. You know, like, but if you just say, oh, you know, I'm really, like, if you just present yourself as this really good looking dude and you're like, oh, you know, I've got all this money and whatever, people don't care about that. But when you make it a need of, oh, you know, you want to get married, you want to have children, you want to have a husband, you know, like you want to have a life with somebody, then it's like, oh, I need to do this because I can't be single when I'm 30. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, make people have the need for a product or a service or whatever you're trying to do. And that's actually what will provide you with more benefits. It's the same with Xbox Game Pass. They don't tell you every single game that's on it. They just say, oh, you need to buy this. You pay once a month and then you're getting access to all these games. Same with Netflix. Netflix don't specifically tell you in their ads, oh, we have this many programs with this many shows and this many episodes. They just say, oh, you're bored, you want to have entertainment, or you need our service. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, is actually get people to have the need for the product instead of saying what the product is specifically. Even Apple does it. Apple doesn't actually tell you how many hours of battery life the phones get. They don't actually tell you the milliamp hours of battery. They just say it's got all day charging. It's got all day charging. You need our device. It's the newest one. You need it. Make people need your product, need your service. And I'm telling you guys, you will go far in life. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you lot take care and have a great day.